Hi everyone, and welcome to Poppy DIY Crafts. It's time to decorate another cell phone case using resin. Today I'm doing a pony figure inspired phone case. I have a new unpainted figure of Rainbow Dash, so I thought before I paint her, we can make a mold of her to use on a cell phone case. I recently made a cell phone case featuring Pinkie Pie. Have you seen it? I thought it turned out really cute. If you have not seen it, make sure to check it out after this video. Here are the supplies that I'll be using: a blank cell phone case, a cloud mold, composing mold, a reusable mold making material, 2-part epoxy resin, alcohol inks, acrylic paint, and some glitter. And to pop bubbles, you'll need a lighter. Alright, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is to make the mold. I have a container here with some melted composing mold. I've taken our pony and attached her upside down on a pair of disposable chopsticks. We only want to cast half of her, up to the tail. So we're going to dip her in upside down and then fill up the rest of the container with more melted composing mold. And since this is a large container, we're going to need a few hours for it to set. It's been about 3 hours and the composing mold is solid again. I left a few sticks in here to make it easier to remove from the container. So we're going to just pull on the sticks and carefully take out the composing mold. Okay, so oh my goodness, look, there's our figure. I always think it's so cool looking at these molds. So looking at this, I want to cut right along the sides, that way we can free the wings and then also try to free the hooves without tearing the mold. And then with our X-Acto knife, we're going to carefully cut along the body. So I've cut the mold mostly in half. Let's see if we can try to free Rainbow Dash here. So here comes the wings. Okay, here she is. Oh my goodness, that took a long time. So let's take a look. I think we did okay. We didn't rip it too hard. She looks really good. So since we cut the mold pretty deep, what I wanted to do is use some melted composing mold and kind of seal the two sides. That way there'll be less leaking. So I have more melted composing mold here. We're just going to add a very thin layer. Press these two sides together, and just to make sure it's nice and snug, I'm going to put it right back into the container. So that's the nice thing about not ripping the container, because we can put it right back in. There's less chance for the resin to leak out after we pour it in. Now we're going to mix the resin. To color it, we're going to use Baja Blue and some white. Now we're going to slowly pour it into the mold. We'll go slow to avoid air bubbles. However, if you see any bubbles rise to the top, you can use a lighter to pop the bubbles. Now we're going to wait a whole day for it to set. Next, we're going to use the cloud mold to make some clouds. I mixed another small batch of resin. We're not going to use color, but we are going to use some glitter. Let's do a little experiment. I saw this technique on a few channels and I thought it would be very interesting to try. So I'm taking a slice of ivory soap and just microwave it for a few seconds. And here is what happens. It poofs up into soap clouds. Did you know that would happen? So this soap cloud is very fluffy, but hard enough to use in resin. So now that's added to your mold along with the resin. So we're going to start by adding a little bit of the resin into the cavity. And we're going to add in a few pieces of these fluffy soap clouds. And keep them nice and fluffy. And then we're going to top it off with more resin. We're going to do it real gently so that we don't smash them. Since I have some resin left over, we're going to make 2 more clouds. These we will add some blue and white flakes. hours. It's been about 12 hours and the resin is set. So let's go ahead and take the figure out. This time we don't need to be too careful because we don't need the mold anymore. This is looking so amazing. Alright. Oh my goodness, look at this. Doesn't it look cool? So the only issue is we have a bit of a leak over here, but I think otherwise it looks great. Next, let's check out these clouds. These clouds are all ready. Let's go ahead and pop them out. Oh, it doesn't seem like you can really see the clouds from the other side. Let's check out this one. They seem to all have floated. Check out some of these blue ones. Okay, so these are a little bit more matte. I think once we put another layer of resin on top, it'll be much shinier. But first, let's paint Rainbow Dash's mane. Using just a little bit of alcohol ink, we're going to paint all the different rainbow colors on her mane. And we're also going to paint her eyes. Now we're going to add a thin layer of resin to the clouds and also to the figure. Finally, we're ready for the case. On the case, we're going to pour a little bit of clear resin. And over it, we're going to pour glitter in the colors of the rainbow in the diagonal. We're going to pour a pretty thick layer to make it bright and sparkly. Then we're going to add the clouds and our figure right in the middle. Now we have to wait one more day for it to set. Alright everyone, it's been a day and our cell phone case is ready. So here it is, take a look. Oh my gosh, it turned out even better than I thought it would. Here is Rainbow Dash. She looks like she's flying straight out of a rainbow. Look at that. So we have a whole rainbow of colors in the background. We have some stars here, and of course we have our 3D clouds. Oh my goodness, this is super cool. You can see a bit of that white soap embedded inside. I think if I were to make it again, I'd make it in multiple layers so that we can make that cloud show up a lot more. I know Rainbow Dash here is actually quite big, but take a look, you can use her as a stand. Super fun. So I think next time if we were to do something like this, I would probably use magnets instead of embedding the figure into the cell phone case. I'll put magnets on the bottom so that we can detach her whenever we want. So that would make it a lot easier to store. That way we only have these clouds sticking out instead of the entire figure. So let me know down below in the comment section what you think of my cell phone case. Do you like it? And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!